We look at the big headlines after a packed Boxing Day in the Premier League. There appears to be an update in Real Madrid's pursuit of Kylian Mbappe and a roundup of all the other transfer news, including some on Zlatan. All that and more, including your Friday feels. I'm Paddy, again filling in for the on holiday Matt. This is your Onefootball Daily News. First to the Premier League and the Christmas miracle that is Boxing Day football. And what a match day it was. There were strong wins for Spurs, Everton and Liverpool. Theirs coming over second place Leicester with a masterclass from Trent Alexander-Arnold, while Manchester United bounced back in tremendous style with a 4-1 thumping of Newcastle. Now this United team of late has been a real Jekyll and Hyde outfit, but there was plenty to smile about as youth shone and Martial, Greenwood and Rashford all made the score sheet. But United's win has come at a cost, with Scott McTominay suffering a knee knock in the first half, later revealed to be ligament damage. Now, McTominay wouldn't be winning any Ballon d'Or anytime soon, but it would be silly to underestimate his importance to this United team. The structured and disciplined role he plays in the middle of the park for United is not one many of his teammates, such as Fred or Andreas Pereira, can perform. Now, obviously, the return of Paul Pogba from injury certainly helps, but having the hard-working McTominay next to him is when United are best. Now, an exact timeline on when McTominay may return has not yet been shared by the club, but this could change United's plans when it comes to January. Elsewhere on Boxing Day, there was an extremely disappointing result for Chelsea, who just a couple of days of playing Spurs off the park lost 2-0 to Southampton. Now, the other subplot, of course, was Arsenal. A little like the Blues, the Gunners are in fairly decent shape in the attacking half of the pitch. At the back, however, is where they have problems. It's not like Mikel Arteta would have had any doubt what he was inheriting at the club, but what he saw in his first game, a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth, would have brought reality crashing home. Now, in Socrates and David Luiz, we've got a couple of defenders who definitely have been quality players at some stage during their career. Unfortunately for the Gunners, they seem to be saving their worst for the Emirates. Now, with Mustafi the next best option, you can sort of see why Arsenal are sitting 11th on the Premier League table and have conceded the 9th most goals this campaign. Now, Chagla Suyuncu of Leicester has been mentioned as a long-term target, of course, but you can see that perhaps Arteta is already looking to January to fix that defence. Now, lastly, with the Premier League, Arteta's former team City, of course, play Wolves tonight with the chance to move second on the table behind, of course, Liverpool. Speaking of January, and let's talk about Kylian Mbappe. Now, we all know that his contract runs out at PSG in 2022. Of course, PSG are getting nervous, and to be honest, they should be. Real Madrid are reportedly ready to step up their long-term interest in the summer, offering PSG 300 million euros for the French star. The La Liga club are said to be keeping their relationship rosy with PSG and are also using the press to their advantage. Now, PSG are doing their best to hang on to Mbappe, as we all would. They're apparently going to offer him 32 million euros a season, which is roughly double what he's earning now, and would put him on a par with Neymar, give or take a few million euros. Now, Mbappe has made it clear that a move to Spain is something that he sees as crucial to his career at some stage. The big question is when. Now, of course, with Zinedine Zidane in charge at Real Madrid, the club is the obvious favourites to deliver him to Spain. Will it happen this summer? Watch this space. Now, staying with transfers, and we finally might have some good news for Zlatan Ibrahimovic in his bid to extend his long and illustrious career. Just a couple of days after Everton ruled out signing him, it appears that AC Milan are the last club standing. It looms as a bit of good news for Milan, who have massively underwhelmed this season and have big problems up front. The 38-year-old is set to join the club on a 6-month deal with the option for another year, having scored 31 goals in 31 appearances for MLS club LA Galaxy last season. Moving to Spain, and it seems that Isco has made his choice between Manchester City and Chelsea, electing to go for Sky Blue rather than the Royal one. Chelsea's interest in the 27-year-old has increased in the wake of the shortening of their transfer ban, but it seems the lure of working under Pep Guardiola at City is key for Isco. When this might happen is still up for discussion, but it seems that summer is the most logical option, if Pep, of course, is still at City. Meanwhile, back to Italy, and it seems that Inter Milan are into anything that has a heartbeat and can play in the middle of the park. Arturo Vidal, Sergi Milinkovic-Savic and Julian Weigl are all reportedly on their list, with perhaps the former most likely given his desire to leave Barcelona in January. Inter, of course, have a slight advantage over Juventus atop the Serie A table. They clearly want to extend the best race we've seen in Italy for some years by strengthening their midfield. So to today's Friday feels, and I'm going to go for another goal fest for Man United in their game against Burnley on Saturday. Let's say a 3-1 win. I'm also going to go for a draw between Arsenal and Chelsea on Sunday, and Celtic to win the Old Firm derby over Rangers on the same day. So let me know what you guys think of those predictions, and of course, leave yours underneath for a chance to get a shout out in Monday's show. So that's it for another jam-packed Onefootball Daily News. Thanks for joining us on our return after Christmas. Enjoy your weekend wherever you're watching your football in the world, and we'll see you Monday.